Hey guys, just wanted to run through RRSP contributions. I know we're running up to the deadline right now, so you're probably wondering how much you should contribute to your RRSPs to maximize your refund. So this video is going to answer two questions. How much can you contribute to your RRSP? And number two, how much should you contribute to your RRSP? So we'll run through that. So I've got an example here, but I'll start with how much can you contribute. So you'll have a maximum contribution limit that's on your notice of assessment from the prior year. So the ways to get this, if you filed your return with an accountant, usually they will let you know what your RRSP contribution limit is for the year. So check the letter for that. And if you don't, you can log into CRA online and check your notice of assessment. It'll have your RRSP contribution limit for 2020 on there. So that's the two places to look. If you did get a paper notice of assessment in the prior year, it'll be there as well. So once you have that number, you usually have lots of contribution room because if you're like most people, you don't max out your RRSPs every year, but check that number first. So here I'm going to give an example of how much should you contribute to your RRSP. And I'm just going to use an example where you have lots of contribution room. So we're going to do a nice round number, employment income of 100,000 here and income taxes paid. We don't put CPP or EI in here. So this is going to be around 21. Ooh, check my math skills here. 680, 620. All right, so you get yourself to an estimated balance owing. And where you're going to look for entering your information here is if you don't have your T4 yet, which you probably don't because they're not due until next week. Today is February 24th, 2021, and the T4 deadline isn't until March 1st, but that's also the RRSP deadline. So next week is the RRSP deadline. You need to contribute to RRSPs by March 1st to get your 2020 deduction. So make sure you're doing that over the next couple days here. Or if this is a future year, it's usually the last day in February or the first couple days in March. So check that if it's not 2021 when you're watching this. So anyways, I've got a nice round number here, but you'll pull this from your last pay stub or your T4 if you have it. Don't be too fussed if it is your last pay stub because it won't change terribly much. They are always a little bit different, but this will give you a good indication of what to contribute. So here we've got estimated balance owing. So I've just rounded that all out. And now I'm going to see how much I can get for my refund. So let's say I have 10,000 ready in the bank. I'm going to see now a refund of $3,324. That's great. You can play around with this number just to see how much you get back. If you put 5,000 in, you're going to get $1,700, almost $1,800 back. So it's only costing you around $3,200 to put this $5,000 of RRSP in. So that's great. A couple notes about RRSPs here. You can see my marginal tax rate's 31% at 100,000. Ideally, you want to save your RRSP contribution room until you have really high marginal rates. But that's a perfect world. If you have the cash and you're putting money into RRSPs, that's a good thing. Don't fuss too much about that, but that's the perfect tax planning scenario is high marginal tax rates is when you put those RRSP contributions in. And the other consideration is TFSAs. So look at TFSAs. We'll link to an article below, and I will also link to this calculator, which Wealthsimple has done a great job with, and they have free tax software as well. They like you to pay for it, but if you can't, you can file with them for free. So they put out some good things like this. Anyways, not sponsored or anything, just a shout out to them for their good work. Yeah, any questions, comment below. If you're contributing to your RRSP, let us know what kind of refund you're looking at this year. That would be cool. And like and subscribe. We always like to see you around the channel. So thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.